Tasty.
Joe Thorough is Joe
I typed in Joe
Thorough. Joe
Burrow and
Thorough.
Biden popped up.
You said what?
I typed in Joe Burrow and Joe Biden popped up. Fuck out of here, Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
Alright, so this bio.
Keep forgetting to type link in the fucking bio, and I'm gonna smack the shit out of myself if I keep doing this. Okay. Oh shit, what am I doing?
Damn, I should have put me another bed.
Smack the shit out of myself if I keep doing this.
Why can't I? Okay.
All right, man. What is it? What it is? What's good?
Ski bop.
Good ski bopski.
Good ski bopski, yo, y'all niggas, man.
I'm not even fried right now, bro. I'm gonna get a little frizzy a little bit later. You feel me?
I feel you.
Spark of black.
This nigga said spark of black. Never. Never. All right, man. What is it? That's like 30. That's like 30 ports in one.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Nigga, black rum. Like it's fucking cold, dickhead.
By that time, you should be sponsored by Black and Mild. A little frizzy, a little. That shit's crazy, bro. I'm really trying to wait for people to hop into this junk so that we can, so I can talk to the people and shit like that. But we already know what it is. I'm going to try and do, like, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take this file, like, take the whole stream and then, like, change it to, like, an MP4. And then, like, try to upload it to Apple Podcasts, like, edit it a little bit, and upload it to podcasts and shit, see what we get from there. Since we was going to use this one.
Sponsors, Black and Mild.
A word from our sponsors. Black and Mild. Smoke them. Don't choke them. Like. Yo. Nah, bro. I mean, once we start getting sponsors, we're going to get up there, bro, and it's going to be something crazy, bro. I already know that shit is, man. I already feel it. Like, I don't know. I feel like something like this is something that we can actually blow up with because we got experiences to talk about. It's not just bullshit that we're going to talk about and shit like that. And I feel like, why not? Why not give my experience to other people? Because other people might be in a situation where they feel like they can't get out of where they at. Correct. And hearing that from other people, you feel like, all right, it's somebody who was in my position and we can get out of this shit too. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta get earphones. I ain't gonna lie.
Your AirPods not working? Or
No, they connected now.
Oh, all right.
Probably gonna die, so they ain't gonna hold. So yeah, I gotta get some headphones.
Oh man,
let's go on to YouTube. Close that, John. Your AirPods not working? Or no, they connected now. Fuck. This is some Joe Burr. Correct. Okay.
All right, so for real, what we're gonna start off with is saying not go around, but like as far as the introduction, like you just say something, you say how like who you is, and then just say something about you, like as far as like what brought you to the position you in today, like where you started and where you feel like you see yourself going and shit like that. Just to give a breakdown of everybody, so we not just you could be transparent with people so that you could see right through us. As far as like we're not somebody that we holding up a wall, we letting people know who we is and like how we moving and shit like that, because we want people to realize that everybody got shit that they got to go through, but at the end of the day, if you got that mindset to keep it pushing, you just like everybody else, and no matter what you got and no matter what you got in your way, you can keep pushing regardless of what it is or who it is. Because some people got people that's stopping them from like growing and shit like that, and
Facts,
they
facts.
gotta see that one way or another, and you see that by not only evaluating your circle. Because I just saw something the other day. What's his name? NLE Chopper. He was on the
Hmm.
he was on $1 million worth of game, and he was saying
Right.
like whenever he feel like he not getting blessings in life, he got to evaluate his circle. And I feel like that's something like I heard that and I was like, damn, you really don't think about that shit until you in that position to feel like, why am I not getting what I feel like I should be getting in life? And
That's
if you got the
Right,
wrong
right.
if you got the wrong niggas around you,
yeah,
you never would sit there and think like, who is the wrong niggas that's around me?
for sure.
Cause you all cool with everybody. Like if they not on that mindset, that's where you see, where they falling behind. So I mean, I feel like if we're gonna start off with the introduction, just like who you is, and like I said, where you want to see yourself with not just only this podcast, but like what your goal is and your plan is for where you want to be.
Right, right.
Um, I feel like Sabri, you can start it off if you know what I'm saying.
Wow, it's because I made the most slids out of the group. It's
Yeah,
cool, right?
you the most sliz, you the most sliz, you the most sliz. That's
Can I get a slice of slice,
uh,
man?
my name's Sabri. Um, I'm currently a sophomore in college. Um, I'm 21 years old. I'm a criminal justice major.
because he a rat.
Uh,
No, I'm just lying. Say that.
Hey,
what brought me here was the struggles that I went through for real. If I didn't go through what I went through growing up, I don't think I would have been here right now. I don't think I probably wouldn't have been in college right now, bro. If I keep it a being, I could have been on the street somewhere, being a dumbass.
Right.
But going through what I grew through, it taught me to mature early and grow up earlier than what I needed to do. I done seen motherfuckers get shot in the corner.
Nah, for real.
Yeah,
Nah,
and
for real,
that's
bro.
crazy, bro. And it's hard. And then it's hard being in college because I got family back at home, y'all back at
Mhm.
home. It's so much stuff that's be going through my mind. It's like, damn, what if I get a phone call one day saying that something bad happened to one of y'all, happened to my brother?
And we so far away.
Yeah, right, right. So it's like I got school to worry about, but I'm also worried about y'all and whatever else is going on. But yeah, I hope to take this podcast far. I'm actually excited to do this podcast.
Yeah, bro. It gives us
I'm
an
I'm just
opportunity to actually do something with ourselves instead of, you know, just sitting around. Cause like, yeah, I tried to stream and shit, but it's like it's not the same. You feel me? It's like
right, right,
streaming, playing a game is cool and all, but when you don't got that following like everybody else got, it's hard. Like you see these
right,
niggas with 100,000 viewers in the chat, 20,000 viewers in the chat, and then I get on stream. I know I'm not about to have 100 niggas off my first stream, but it's like the hard work really show you if you truly want to do this. And I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I'm okay at games. I'm not the best. I'm okay
right,
at playing video games. I play that shit for fun. You feel me? Like that's my I don't know. That's my escape really. But I feel as though the experiences that I have and as far as like how I am and what I went through, I feel like I can give more knowledge than playing a game and joking around with people because it's a lot of people that don't realize what they have in front of them and they feel like they don't have nothing in front of them. Like you
right,
can utilize everything you got in front of you and make it out of the situation that you in because right now, bro, like we all come from Philly. We all from Philly, you know what I'm saying? We all
hmm,
been through that shit. And where I lived, 24th and Diamond, that shit was heavy. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't go outside without knowing the right person because if you didn't know nobody, niggas was on you because you was a random. You feel me?
right,
Like
yeah,
if you not known in your hood, bro, niggas not gonna fuck with you. And that's that.
right.
Like even if
That's
I
fact.
was known, I'm not the nigga that was in the streets banging niggas, you feel me? I'm not that type nigga, but I grew up like I'm lie to you not. I grew up and niggas knew me because of what I did, like what I did with phones and shit. Like I could hack phones and shit. They knew me though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how they knew me. I hacked phones. So when somebody was like, "Oh, yeah, I just found this iPhone and shit," they were like, "Yo, you could do something with this?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, let me see." and I did that. Niggas that was holding shit, you know what I'm saying? Niggas that do shit now back where I come from, they was like when we was younger, they knew me because of this shit. And also
Right.
my brother because he played ball. But it's like you either gotta know somebody where I come from, or you know what I'm saying, you getting looked at as like you not supposed to be here. And just because I had that with me, it didn't mean that I was safe. It just meant that I was known. And
Right.
it's really crazy because just because you known doesn't mean that you're going to get out of where you at. Not even if you're known,
Facts.
it doesn't mean you're safe. You could walk
Right.
outside and a nigga that you think you cool with blast you, bro, and that shit
Right.
over for you.
Blast right at you. Real shit. Real shit.
It
That's
don't
facts.
matter,
That's
bro. They
facts.
don't care about nothing that they got going. They don't got care about nothing that you got going on. It's whatever they got going on in their head. That's what they want. That's what they
Right.
gonna. That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying, that just fucks up the whole mentality because if you want better for yourself and you in a position where you can't get better because of your surroundings, it limits you totally. It limits you. And
Right.
I had to get out of there, bro. That's why I moved out of Philly. I didn't want to. Like you were saying, you in college, you don't want to be that far from everybody. I don't want to be that far from y'all niggas, bro. Y'all my family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's I don't ever want it to be a situation where I can't come down and see y'all because I'm so far away. But I had to get out of that mindset. I had to get out of that state because if I didn't, I don't feel like I'd ever grow. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Every
Right.
time I go to a job interview or something, and people ask me like, why did you move out here? And my answer is always, I want to see who I could be on my own, not from what I already was in. You know what I'm saying, if I try to stay in Philadelphia and try to
Oh yeah.
move,
What's up with you? What's up with
if I
you?
try to
My
stay in
friend.
Philadelphia and move through there, oh, what's good, what's good, what's good,
Yeah, those my Maya and this John and my two friends that go here
what's
in this John.
good,
So we
y'all, what's
watch y'all
good,
game.
y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man, for real.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely had to put them on. You already know.
I posted that shit on my story. Hopefully niggas
But
pop in.
back to what you were saying, bro. Yeah, bro, niggas, bro. This is why I don't like meeting new niggas, bro. I hate meeting new people because niggas always try to be down.
Hmm.
Niggas go on the gram, post their polls, and I'm like, bro, what you posting your poll for? What you want the hype? What you want clout? You
That's what they
like,
want, bro, and that's what they feel
come
like
on
they
now,
gonna
you're on
get.
some weird shit. And then it's like there's niggas out here that's out here putting their hands on females, raping females and shit like that, bro. Like, what type of time is
And
you
that's
in,
the
bro?
mindset that they live in. And if you in that, if you're in that, and that's all you know, that's all you gonna do for the rest of your life. Like I don't know. I just was never one of those niggas.
I can't be. Can't.
Yeah. Before we move on to anything, we gotta throw it to the nigga over there. Phone it.
Yeah, we got
We gotta throw it over there. Let him say so. You know what I'm saying, before we move on. So you know what I'm saying? We gotta let him. You gotta let him get his piece in. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. It's Young 7'9", man. Nah, but, it's T1 Swifty, man. My name Wendell, man. I got a lot of family. Like a lot of my family, like grew up in Philly, but like I was like born and raised in Delaware. But like I was like, I wouldn't consider myself like growing up in Philly, but like I spent a lot of my life, like in Philly. So
Yeah.
like I seen like a lot of the shit, like a lot of the violence and shit, like my family, they from like Chester. I
Hmm.
don't know if like the people watching or y'all know where that's at, but like it's like really
Definitely know
bad
where
up
that's
there that way. And like
Word.
it's like I got grandmoms and aunts and like cousins and shit that live up there, and like that killing shit, that shit real. So like niggas really be getting killed in like broad daylight and shit with other niggas.
Yeah.
Like they
Bro, what I
like
heard some shit.
that shit crazy because like and like with my family, like they just like my grandparents, their parents used to live there, and like they got out of there because
Hmm.
they just seen like the violence was just so bad. Like everybody in my family just be like this shit's so bad up here. Like it's just so negative and just so much killing. Like it's killing going on every day. And
And the
so it's
killing
like
stops everything, bro. Like you feel like you
exactly,
can't
bro.
go
Like
nowhere if it's so much shit around you that's happening like that.
yeah,
Like
for real. Like that shit really like will kill your mood and like just have you scared to go out the house and shit. So it's like
exactly, bro.
have no other choice but to get out of that environment because like you could be next, and like the next
Exactly.
like reasons people like if you really like listen to people and like really find out why these kids and shit is like is dying, like this should be crazy. and it's like then you be seeing like what up the
Yeah,
meeting.
I'm
What are
looking.
they talking about? I don't know what they talking about.
Coming up.
Yeah, that shit bad because like kids be getting killed and shit by straight bullets and shit. And it's just like that's just like not an environment to like just have a family or just grow up in. But sometimes you don't got no choice. Sometimes you can get out of that shit. Like Mir, like he moved out of that shit, and like Sabri, he got out of that shit, and then like some of my other niggas in the group, like they got out of that shit. They don't really deal with that. They all doing their own thing and staying out the way. So that
Yeah.
like that's good. And like I just had to get out of that shit. And like I just pray that my family, finally makes that move and gets out of that shit too. Cause like God forbid, you
That's
get
bro.
fucking
That's some real shit.
your family members or something. But it's just like
Mm-hmm.
my whole thing is like I just want to like I just want to like be successful and make a lot of money and like really just take care of like that's like my main thing is just I really want to take care of my family and take care of the people that mean the most to me, like my mom, dad, my sisters, like I just want to get them and have them live a better life than what they know,
Yeah.
because life can get better. So I don't want them to just have this idea in their mind that life can't get better and everything. It's just
Mhm.
like I know like it's kind of all up to me right now. But like that's
Yeah.
that's just more motivation to go harder because I got so many people depending on me, and it's just like I got my family, and then I got all my close friend group. I keep a small circle for a reason because I don't fuck with a lot of niggas, I don't fuck with a lot of chicks, none of that shit. I keep a small circle. So if you ain't in that small circle, it's it's whatever. Like these niggas, we've been like together, we've been friends for like probably like 5+ years. So like
Yeah.
we got some fucking time in. So like of course I want to see these niggas win and I want to eat with these are niggas I want to eat with.
For
These are
sure,
niggas I
bro.
want
Right, right.
with,
Like,
I want to be successful with. So like that's just like really my big thing is just like when I make it, I don't want to just be by myself. I don't want to just have money by myself and shit.
right? Because
I
then
want
that's
to like
just that
spend
just
that shit and spread the wealth and like just
yeah.
eat with my niggas and take care of my family. So like that's just really my big thing.
Nah, for
That's
sure. And it's because like back to what you were saying about like having your family in that situation. It's more like my mom. My mom has been in Philly her entire life. You know what I'm saying? North Philly to
Right,
be
right.
exact. It's like she been there her entire life, and that's what she know. And like my mom tell you she gangster, bro. That's my mom. She been through that shit, so she do that shit. I mean, she bout that. Like she
Right.
she real. You know what I'm saying? Like she one of the people that's real, and you feel me? Like, but it's a time where you feel like I don't want her to be that anymore. I don't want her to have to go through that anymore and like deal with her like trying to fight off people that's you know coming in to give bad vibes, and I want my mom out of there. So I feel like I had to make that first step. Like my older brother, he moved to Baltimore, but Baltimore is still dangerous there. It's gonna be dangerous everywhere, but I feel as though if you decide to take that next step and like say I want to move out of this entire area and try something new for yourself, that's where you become, you know, not even outcast, but you stepped outside of that comfort zone of what you already know.
for sure.
And I had to step out that comfort zone first because I feel as though if I didn't, I'd be there forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like my mom, she wants to at the same time, and she felt like she couldn't because of what she had going on. And now that she's seen me out here, I already know I want her out here with me because I don't want to ever be that far away from my mom, or that far away from my family in general. Like I want everybody to be close. And then like you were saying, like you want everybody to eat. I always wanted that shit, bro. Every time I got something new as far as like equipment, I always try to put y'all on and say, yeah, this is what's good, this is what's not. Don't go for this, go for that. I'm saying just because I want to spread that knowledge of, everything that I know to the niggas that I fuck with heavy because if I'm putting myself on by getting the shit that I need, I want to put y'all on too. Because
Right.
we all have that same mindset of we need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And no matter where we are right now, we need to get out of here because this is just a stepping stone for us to keep pushing. Like
Exactly.
it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard, but it's like at the same time,
Yeah.
after being out here for what, like 6 months now, it showed me that I don't want to go back. I don't want to take a step backwards. I don't want to, be stuck. I don't want none of that. I'm just trying to keep it pushing. And I felt like this step to, to get farther in my life was necessary. You feel me?
Another thing is like when you grow up in an environment like a very violent environment, like it's like some people may find it hard to like muster up the motivation to
Yeah,
like really do something, and they just continue to like they gotta watch their back every day, and it's just like they watching their back every day. They can't even focus on trying to get out of this shit, and it's just like that environment can be like very toxic and very like it can affect you a lot in a negative way.
definitely.
It's just like you gotta do your best to get out of there, and like just hope that you got people in your life that can steer you in the right direction and say like, yo, you need to get out of here because you can actually do something.
That's what I'm saying.
You just gotta figure out something that you love to do or whatever, and just make it happen, and make the at the end of the day, all you got is yourself. So you're gonna have to make that decision for yourself to say, all right, I'm not gonna continue to stay in this environment. I'm gonna make the decision to get out of here to, go live my dream, to make some money or live my dream, make a career for myself, make a name for myself. And so it starts at the end of the day, it starts with you. So
It
you
starts
gotta
with you.
really want to get out of that shit and like not be wanting to stay in that shit and watch your back every day because you don't worry about getting killed. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's another
I
thing.
mean, and that's why I've always appreciated you guys, like, as far as like the information that y'all gave me, and the talks y'all gave me, because it was times where I felt like I couldn't keep going.
Yeah.
And I've always had you guys backing me, saying like, "Nah, bro, we're gonna get out of this shit, and keep pushing, and we're gonna get there. We got a goal, and we're gonna have our mind set to where we need to be."
Hmm.
And I've always had you guys in my ear saying like, keep going, and that pushed me to keep going. And I'm still young. I'm only 20. I'm about to turn 21 soon, and it's like
Yeah.
I feel like I already set myself up from a young age to try and become better with myself, not only just physically but mentally, emotionally, just trying to figure out everything that needs to be well for me to keep going. Because once I found out that it was one part of my life that was stopping me from going, I had to let that go. And that's how it is. You're gonna have to let some things go, and you just got to figure out what you have to let go. Because as far as you know, friends and family, or even like girlfriend, whatever you got to do. In my last relationship, I had to let that go because it felt as though it wasn't getting me anywhere, and it was having me like stuck. I was really stuck in a position where I felt like I could not leave, not even just because of the relationship, but because the mindset that I was in while in that relationship. Um, and it's not even because of a person. It doesn't have to be a person. It could just be some things that's going on around you that's causing you to feel that way, the energy that they give off, or like everything that they have that they gave to you. And it's everything that you get from someone has energy towards it, which can stop you from being who you truly need to be.
Right.
So you just got to find those people that you need to like let go to keep going. And you got to find those people that you have to have around you to keep going, because if you don't, and your circle is just, wide full of people that don't need to be there, and full of people that need to be there but aren't being who they need to be, you're never going to get anywhere in life. So it's always best to have those people around you, like you guys, pushing me farther and farther every day. And I feel as though, if I didn't have you guys, I would have been stopped. I would have stopped a long ass time ago, just doing what I'm doing, because I don't feel as though I've always felt as though I couldn't do it. And it was mainly because of the environment I came from. But having, the people back me, it made me feel like I can get to where I need to be.
Yeah, that's fact.
Uh, I was just listening to what y'all niggas saying, but for kill the whole being. Y'all already know I'm a little slid, but basically to piggyback off of what y'all niggas was saying. Uh, huh. Yeah, bro. I don't do this. I don't do this just to do this shit, bro. I do this to to put to make sure y'all niggas eat for real.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure that the people that I hang around also eat. You mean? So it's like I said, I got all this mixed up shit that I got going on in my head, all this other shit that I got going on in my head. But I don't. Nowadays, bro, I don't even think about myself anymore, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think about myself. I don't. I think I try, bro. I try to think about myself, but like I don't, bro. I try to put everybody else before me. Before I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure everybody else is okay. I'm just the guy that rules with the punches at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. I
I
mean,
don't I don't
yeah.
sit I don't sit back and think, damn, how's Sabri feeling today? Well, what how's Sabri feeling after such and such just happened? You mean I don't do that. I don't
I
do that.
mean, yeah,
So
it's always best to do that. I don't want to cut you off. It's always best to do that, but sometimes think about yourself after you thought about everybody else, because I'm going to tell you this, and it's coming from like personal experience. Putting out for everybody, bro, will leave you drained. You know what I'm saying? It will leave you drained as far as what you can get done and what you can accomplish. I've put out for a lot of people, and a lot of people didn't put out back for me, and I'm just drained because I'm giving my all to everybody. You always got to take a step back after you've done everything for everybody else and think like, what can I do for myself? You feel me?
right.
It's even if it's just a mental. Like the other day, I lie to you not, bro. I was feeling real tired, real drained, and I've never done this before. But I looked up an app and it was like a meditation app. I sat down, breathed for a couple of minutes, bro, and I felt better. And it's because I took the time to actually think about how I was feeling emotionally and like mentally, and take that break from whatever I was doing. I was playing the game, and we played the game, but I took the break from playing the game and just was like breathing and thinking about how it affects me, like how my day went and how it affected me. And I sat back and I thought about everything about for myself, and that bettered me. You know what I'm saying? So instead of putting out for everybody, try to put out not put out, but like give to yourself more often, because if you keep giving out to everybody, you'll feel drained and you feel like you have gave everything you could and nobody's giving anything in return. Even if they are giving stuff in return, it's not going to feel the same because you aren't giving yourself something to fall back on. You have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to cut you off, but I just wanted to let you know, because I've been through that, man. And it's like I give, and I can't give to myself if I keep giving to everybody else.
Right.
You'll talk about answer your phone.
I mean, bro, I think you better put it on mute, answer the phone. I don't want you to.
Let me just finish say what I got.
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, back to what I was saying. You mean like I don't take the time to sit back and think about my feelings. I don't do that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I do talk about my feelings, it comes out after I've already been mad. So once I hit that top jaw, it's like everything is flushing out at you.
Yeah, I feel you.
Everything that I probably should have said when it first happened, I don't do that for some odd reason, bro. I let it build up. I let that.
You
shit
let a lot
build,
of shit slide, and that's understandable.
Exactly.
It's understandable. I feel the same way.
It's like I think about like, damn. Sometimes I think about shit like that, like, and it's just like, well, my feelings don't matter. What I got to say and how I feel, don't matter. So it's like, all right, fuck me right now. I'm gonna worry about you and worry about how you feel, what you got going on. I want to sit back and just be and listen. But you already know when I get mad, bro, I just see fire that burns down the whole valley.
Yeah.
It's just all I see is red, bro. Ain't no talking to me. Ain't no, and that ain't none of that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Nah,
I
feel you.
I don't sit back. I don't sit back and think about sabri. I don't do that. I'm just go with the punches. Whatever go. However you say, however you want it to go, just let that shit go.
I mean, yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, let me go on mute.
I mean, yeah, you go do that. I'm gonna just talk about what you were saying, because I just want to, break down a couple of things as far as what you said, because I understand that everything you saying makes total sense, because it happens to me all the time. And like stuff like that, when you hold in everything, when you bottle in everything, and as far as anger and everything, when you let that build up, you also stop yourself from growing as well, because you don't have a way to expel everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a way to put everything out, like that's holding you back. All that is negative energy that you're holding on to. As far as negative energy goes, you don't want that around you at all, because that's going to stop you from growing totally, like altogether. Like if you holding in all of that in it stops you from being you, because you got to hold back what you really feel. And I had to learn that the hard way, not only with my mental health, but the mental health of the people around me. Because if I'm holding back what I'm supposed to be saying, now they don't know how I feel, and then it gets to a point where we're arguing, no matter who the person may be. I've argued with friends before because I just didn't tell them shit because I didn't feel like I needed to, and it came down to a point where now we're arguing and shit. Now it's like, why didn't I say this before? And now I'm just throwing all of this at them. They didn't know. You know what I'm saying, and it's no reason for me to get upset with them. I've had to learn that, and I'm still learning. I mean, if I'm being honest, I still have times where I hold shit in, and it's because I'm so used to that. But being honest with myself, I gotta let that go. And I've been letting go a lot of things that was holding me back. And once I started letting those go, I started moving forward in life. And I feel like, once you start moving forward, you don't want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go back because if you do, it's pointless for you to even be where you're at. If you ever think about going backwards, because, I understand it's going to get hard, but if you ever feel like you're going backwards or you ever feel like you want to go backwards because you can't do what you're doing, everything you've done up until this point is pointless. And you don't want it to be that way, you know?
Exactly.
So I don't know. It has to deal with a lot of negative energy that you hold in within yourself, which can stop you from blessings. You know what I'm saying? And blessings come left and right when you have an opening in your mind and your heart for them to come through. You feel me? But
For sure.
it's a lot of things I could say about negative energy, but I don't want to take up too much time on that.
Exactly.
I feel as though the message that I'm trying to get out, as far as the podcast, what we're trying to get out is, don't limit yourself to what you think you are, and go beyond the limit of what you think you can be.
Exactly.
I never really thought I'd be in a position where I am now. I when I was growing up, I never would have thought I'd live in Florida. I've been to Florida. I lie to you not. I've been to Florida twice my entire life. Like, before moving down here, I've been here twice, and within the last two years, I've been more places than I've ever been in my entire life, just because of the experiences I gave for myself. I started working at like 16 years old, so from that age, I was like, I need to get money. I need to have money, and from that point on, I just felt as though I can't stop. I lie to you not, I've had multiple jobs, and it's because if I felt as though the job that I was at before wasn't right for me, I went to a job that paid more. You know what I'm saying? I worked at fucking Chipotle, the pretzel factory, Walmart, Home Depot. I went and worked everywhere, bro. But it's because the next place that I went to paid more than the last. Chipotle paid 9, the pretzel factory paid 9. Then I went to Walmart, they paid 11. Then I went to Home Depot, they paid 11 too, but it was less work. So I was like, fuck it. If I'm getting paid the same for less work, I'm gonna continue to do that. Um, and that's just the mindset that I have, because I want money, and I want to be able to do the things that I want to do in life without having to think about the limitations that I hold like above myself by not having what I want and having what I need.
Facts.
It's hard, because I've been through a life where I didn't think I wanted to, I didn't think I would be going through that. I grew up without my dad, and I'm not going to use that as like an excuse for anything, because I'm glad that I didn't have him, because if I did, my life would be totally different, and I'm proud of who I became. But growing up without a dad, it showed you a lot of things, having friends that had dads and shit like that, because it's a real conversation. Like, on Father's Day in school, you got your friends writing Father's Day cards, and I'm writing one to my mom because I don't got my dad with me. It's a real situation that people go through, because we got a lot of dads out here that don't step up and take their position where they're supposed to be, and that can also limit you as well, because you feel as though you don't have what you need in your life. And I didn't want that to be the thing for me. So I've always been pushing myself to be better than what I was before, the day before or the week before. I've always tried to do something that I didn't do, step outside my comfort zone. And I just feel as though I've had that drive for years now, which is why if it's out of our friend group, I'm the first one to try and do something different. You know what I'm saying, I'm the first one to try and get this shit popping, bro. I want to get this shit moving. I don't think I was the first one streaming. I think everybody else was doing it, but I was on that wave, trying to be, what I'm saying, the best of the best, trying to do as much as I can as far as getting everything out. I bought the fucking computer, I bought the monitors, I bought the webcams, I bought all this shit just so that I can, better myself as far as getting to where I need to be. And I've always had that drive. So I feel as though, you know, I don't think I have any limitations for myself as of right now. But I know that there will be in the future, because I'm always going to have that moment of time where I feel like, damn, I don't think I could do this, but I keep pushing.
Mhm. That's important though, to keep pushing. Like, you don't want to ever give up. Like, whatever you're striving for in life, you're gonna encounter like speed bumps and shit. You're gonna encounter problems in life, but
Of course.
as long as you just have that mindset, have that, that that voice in your head that just tells you to keep going, it's just you're gonna get it done. So like I'm in the
Definitely.
military and y'all know and a lot of people might not know this, but like when I was going through like basic training and shit, like before I went, my grandfather, he was in the military and he was like a big help for me and like basic training and shit. And like, it was hard, but like he wrote me like my family used to write me letters and shit while I was away and shit. And like it was for like 2 or 3 months I was away. And like it got really hard at times. But like my grandfather, he wrote me this letter one time and he wrote it was DQ and it said don't quit. And whenever shit got hard for me, when I was like in basic training and shit, like I always remember that. So I
Mm-hmm.
just always remember that don't quit, that don't, and I just kept pushing myself, don't quit. And I was like, I have to accomplish this. I have to make this. I have to like get through this shit. Like this is like important to me. So like I have to get through this shit. It's important. So I just
Yeah.
kept telling myself, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit, and just keep going. And I didn't quit, and I just kept going, and I got it done. And now I'm here today, out on the other side. And it's just like that's just my little spell on that. But like with anybody, like even if you're not in the military, like and you like really trying to make your dreams come true, like just don't quit. No matter what people say about you behind your back, no matter what happens to you, you get your heart broke, somebody passes away in your family, I know that shit's hard because I just had my grandma just passed away and it was really hard for me. And then you know um you're gonna encounter a lot of problems in life, like a lot of speed bumps in life
Definitely.
on your road on your way to success.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be easy, but you just gotta tell yourself don't quit and you just gotta keep going. Because if you quit, then
Yeah.
it's just like all for nothing and you just gonna end up right back at the bottom. So you
People
just
don't
gotta
realize
keep
that.
telling yourself, keep going. Be your own motivation. Be your own cheerleader. Be your own fan. Like keep pushing yourself because at the end of the day, you're gonna be there. You started with yourself and you're
You're
gonna
gonna
end with
end with
yourself.
yourself,
So
basically.
you gotta keep going. You gotta like just muster up some type of energy or just wake up one day and I don't know when it's gonna click for you, but you just gotta say, I'm about to go out here. It's 24 hours in a day. I'm about to go out here and work my ass off to get where I want to be in life, to get the things that I want in life. And until you actually, you know, get that, like once that shit click in your head,
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna be unstoppable, and you're just gonna get like in this flow. It's just like I can't be stopped now. I got a mission. I got shit to do. I got people to take care of. I got
Definitely.
places to be, things to do, meetings, like all this shit. So it's just like important. That's just never giving up. That's the point. Because if you give up, then it's just all for nothing, and you'll never get to where you want to be. Because like you ain't gonna get no fucking handouts in life. I don't
Never,
know.
never. I've realized that a long
Ain't
time
nobody just
ago.
gonna come up to you and hand you $1 million. You gonna have to go work for that shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, it's gonna feel better working for that million than just somebody handing it to you, writing you a check.
Right.
So for you to say, I worked my ass off and now I got $1 million in my bank account, or whatever, that shit gonna hit way harder than just getting a fucking handout from somebody and it just being easy. You
Yeah.
know, you don't want it to be easy. I mean, you want it to be easy, but it's not gonna be easy
It's
in
never
reality.
going to be easy, and that's
So
what people
that's why
don't
you just gotta
realize.
keep pushing. And like I said, once that shit click in your head to just like find something you really passionate about and you enjoy and lock in and figure out how you can, make it happen, then you're gonna be, unstoppable and get you like a support system and shit, and like you're gonna be straight and you just keep going from there. You just once you make it, don't stop working, to keep sustain that shit,
Yeah.
and then put other people on or whatever how you want to play with your success, but just don't give up and you'll be straight, man.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people forget that your word is like the strongest thing possible, because
Yeah.
if you saying something to yourself and you realizing that this is what you want to hold true, you'll be fine. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you'll continue to keep pushing.
Mm.
And they forget that, if you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. You don't need the rest of the world to believe in you. You don't need, celebrities to back you. You don't need nobody famous to back you. If you believe in yourself, that's what can push you the farthest. You
Mm-hmm.
know, people look for, validation from other people, and then that's what stops them from doing what they need to do because they feel like they need to be validated by everybody around them. I've had times where I was streaming and nobody was in there but y'all. I didn't need nobody else but y'all. And I'm saying I was happy that I had you guys in there because I had somebody. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if I'm pushing myself to become better, it doesn't matter who's there because at the end of the day, you're gonna get what you need because you know what I'm saying, you pushing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You pushing yourself as far as you can go.
Right.
And some people don't realize that, and it's something that needs to be instilled into people's minds because they forget it so often.
Right.
They start one day and the next day they're done, and it just gives them no hope because they feel as though they can't accomplish anything without validation.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I feel as though I've never needed a validation from anybody. It's always nice to have it, but it's not needed. And once I realized that, I pushed myself even farther because I didn't need somebody approving me or approving what I needed to get done. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm probably not gonna do this shit for much longer because I didn't want it to be too long. Probably like 4 minutes, 45. Give it 45 even. But before we end this, John, I wanna like get just one piece of information, like as far as like what is one thing that that has. I know you said your grandpa used to write you letters and stuff like that, but is there anything else in your life that has resonated with you to a point where you know that you can't give up, like any other things that you've like stuff that you've told yourself, situations that you've been in yourself where you felt as though you were wanting to give up and you've had like a pep talk? What did you tell yourself?
Uh, one thing, because you know, I'll go back to this. Being in the military, it's a for people who aren't in the military, they don't really understand, what we go through. So, but like I was dealing with stuff, like before the military and shit, like mentally and shit, and then like, I got in the military and, it it hasn't always been good for my mental health, but it's I don't know what it is, but it's just like something in me to just like just keeps going. It's just like with me, I'm the type of person to be like, I don't really talk about my problems and like I just like push them to the side and just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like I know that's not good. And like, I've gotten better with that. And like, I got, people in my life that I talk to now about that shit. And it's like I'm getting like, help with the shit. And it's just like mental health is also another important thing that like you gotta you gotta like find some sort of way to like I guess cope with that shit because it's like if you're not like right in the head mentally, then like you're not going to be able to accomplish much because if you're not thinking straight, if you got shit on your mind, if like thinking bad thoughts and shit, like that shit, it'll fuck you up inside. And that's like one thing that I think that's like hindered me like on my road to like success or whatever. But like, and like I said, I'm getting better at it, and it's like I'm talking to people about the shit, and I like now that I'm getting those problems and shit off my chest and off my mind and shit that was like that just be eating me up inside. It makes me feel better that I'm actually talking about it and I'm getting it off my chest, and it's like it's lightening my mood up, and it's like wanting me to go harder now, and it's like clearing up my vision and shit. It was like all those problems and shit. It's like smoke, and it's like now the smoke's starting to clear. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to get a clear vision of shit of what I want and shit, and so now I'm at like a point where it's like I'm going after like shit that I want. So it's like this podcast, like I was really excited about this podcast because like I'll be watching all types of podcasts and shit, like $1 million worth of game, fucking drink champs and all these other ones. And it's just like I really enjoy podcasts. Like I enjoy like just talking and shit and just like having like good people around, just having good conversation and shit. Like I really like that shit. And so like, you know, getting out of that dark place, now I can see more clear now of the things that I want. And this podcast is one of those things that I want to work. And it's other things in life. Like I said, I'm going after the things that I want in life. And so that's a lot of things, like a better relationship with my family and shit, a romantic relationship, this
Yeah.
podcast and shit. Like I'm just going after like everything that I want in life. And
Mm-hmm.
so like if you going through like mental health issues and shit, like I hope you get through it, and I just hope that like and you like want to be successful. I hope that you get through it, and I just hope that you get the help necessary so that it can help you on your road to success. And because if that shit is like if you having like mental health problems and shit, and you just like dealing with a lot like mentally and just like emotionally and shit, like that shit can really alter. It can hinder your success and shit because you worried about that shit. Like that shit is really important. Like if you're not there mentally, you're not gonna be able to see your vision clearly.
Yeah.
It's like excuse me. It's like make sure you like at the end of the day, make sure you take care of yourself. Because if you can't take care of yourself, then how you gonna take care of your company, your business, your brand.
Yeah.
So you gotta take care of that. And it's like one thing I always like I said with my grandfather, he said don't quit. And it's just like now that I'm kind of out of this dark place mentally, it's just like I'm telling myself don't quit, and I'm trying not to go back to that place because and what I do to help me get out, like not go back to that place, is just go after the things that I want and just wake up every day and just be positive. Like I wake up every day and like I don't pray every day, but like I'll just like wake up happy. I'll just wake up positive and try not to think negative thoughts. Like
Mm-hmm.
think negative thoughts. Like you wake up in the morning, like you got a job or whatever. You wake up in the morning, you be like, oh man, I gotta go to fucking work again. Like
Right. Yeah.
already putting negative thoughts in your head, like negative affirmations in your head. Like you already manifesting that shit. You're gonna have a fucking bad day at work and shit. Like
Right.
you complaining about going to work. Like just wake up and be like, thank God for waking me up today. Thank you for another 24 hours. Thank you. Like just put positive shit into your head. And
Mm-hmm.
like that is really important. You don't wake up and you just be negative. You just woke up.
Right.
Why are you so negative and why are you putting negative energy out already and shit and negative affirmations in your head to just make your whole day bad and shit? Like that shit gonna be in your head. You keep saying, all right, I fucking hate work. I don't want to go there. Like,
Right.
don't be saying shit like that. That shit can
Yeah.
really affect you. Cause like I noticed that shit. And it's just like if you keep doing that like every day, like I did that shit for the longest.
Yeah. Me too,
And
man.
like that shit really you can really see that like once I sat back and looked like, damn, I really be complaining every day that I gotta go to fucking work and shit. And I'm just like, as soon as I like one day I just changed that shit up and I started, putting positive affirmations out and shit like, all right, another day, another 24 hours. I woke up today, I wake up, I listen to my music, I'll turn on a YouTube video or something, like a positive like some morning motivation or some shit, and like just start my day off with positivity. And you start off with that, I guarantee you, yeah, you might have shit that come up in the day and shit or with like bad shit that happened, but like you didn't start your day off negative so that you're not in the negative because you start your day off negative, then you go throughout the day, then some bad shit happened. Now you more upset, more
Yeah.
annoyed.
And you
That's
were
gonna
in a
make
worse position than you was when you first woke up.
exactly, excuse me. So if you positive, you know, oh, excuse me, you wake up and you be positive. So that shit can really have a big impact on you. So just that's just another thing too. Like on this road to success, just be thankful, be positive because some people didn't wake up today. Some people I seen some other shit on like Facebook or something or like some quote or something, and it was uh like some people had plans for tonight or something and like didn't make it, and some people had plans for this morning and they like didn't wake up or something like that. So it's just like that's something that's been like I've been thinking about a lot lately. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like you really could wake up the next day and like not be here. So you need to appreciate the time that you still have on this earth and you need to make it count.
Right.
So like just be pot, don't be so negative and shit. Like, cause that shit, like I said, that shit really affects you. And just like, on the road to success, you're gonna deal with a lot of negative people, a lot of negative energy is gonna come around you. And if you just be putting those negative affirmations out yourself, when those negative like that shit ain't gonna work together. Like you waking up, putting negative affirmations out there, and then you dealing with negative shit on the road to success. Like that shit, not like two negatives that don't work. So
Yeah.
like it's really up to us. It's really up to us as just people to like be positive and just like enforce that message and like just keep putting that out there and it's like keep a keep a keep a positive mindset because we want to be successful, but we can't be negative and shit, like negative all the time. Like that shit ain't gonna help nobody. That shit nobody gonna eat. Nobody gonna make no bread off that shit. So
Exactly.
it's just important to just be positive and shit, and just like that's like one thing that I'm just trying to like continue to just do now. Like I do have my bad days sometimes where like, all right, yeah, I ain't really feeling it today, but I always still try and like be positive and talk to like just like remind myself of like the good shit that's going on in my life, and like another day to like another day to work on my goals or work on my dreams or work towards my dreams and shit, and like just take care of my family and just shit like this. So I think that's just important, to like you know just keep a positive mindset on the road to success, and just never let the never let the negative energy and shit just bring you down and throw you off. That shit, it can come on heavy sometimes, and it's just important to just brush that shit off. Deal with it accordingly, and just keep pushing. Like that's what I'm gonna say, man. Just keep it positive, and keep the negativity away. And that's one thing that we're gonna have on this podcast. We might have disagreements and shit, but
Of course.
we brothers at the end of the day, and so we bump heads and shit, but like it's all love at the end of the
That's
day. And
yeah. I was about to say it's all love, bro. It's always gonna be that way because everybody has their opinion, and all you can do is listen to somebody else's opinion.
yeah,
You can't just I understand you have arguments with people, and it's because you
yeah,
feel as though what you're saying is right. But
right,
at the end of the day, of course, everybody's gonna argue because everybody has their own opinion. No one's gonna think the same about every single thing that happens.
yeah,
So, it's gonna be road bumps, and I feel like I hope this podcast really just like takes off because I want it to be something that we can call our own, and this is
mhm,
our path, and we forging our own path to be better than what we were. So I want this to take off,
mhm,
and I feel like it will if we put the work in and get to where we need to be.
mhm.
Somebody named Tater Tat said, "Yo, Slime."
Who that? You know that?
Let me see. I don't know. Do I
I
know?
don't know who
I
that is.
can't. I don't know. Not off name,
Nah.
but yeah. I mean, I feel like this is the point where we can end it off. We can end it off here because we got a good talk out of this,
Yeah.
and from everything that we have right now, I feel like we already have that mindset of where we want to be and where we want to go.
For
So
sure.
if we put that into play, we can get to where where we really want to be and where we really need to be, at the
Yeah.
top of this shit, bro. Because we can do this shit.
Mhm.
Oh, I was talking to Oh, I don't even know where that man went. But
Okay.
we just gonna end it off here because I don't want to drag it on for too long. We got good conversation out of this, and that's what we're looking for every time we start up an episode. Good conversation.
Exactly.
Next week we're gonna do this. Next week we're gonna try to do it every week, once a week. If Sunday's good with y'all, for sure it's always good with me. We're gonna have somebody on the show next time. We're gonna have my man Zay, and he gonna bring on somebody with him, and we're gonna talk about you know what he went through to be where he's at and shit like that. So I feel like this is gonna be a good startup. I feel like we can, if we have the support that we can get, we will be where we need to be. So with that being said, I feel like we can end it here, and we're gonna do this shit next week.
Catch you on the flip,
All
on the kick flip.
right.